Yes, guys! Welcome back to another episode of the Bootcast Podcast. It's been like 2 whole weeks because somebody, hint, it wasn't me or Matt, decided they wanted to go on vacation, and they specifically said, do not record the pod without me.
What?
So me and Matt were like, okay, I guess we're not going to do it.
So selfish, yeah.
We thought about doing like our own new podcast for 1 episode only, but
That would have been hilarious. I wish I would have
decided against it. How are you guys doing? Colby, man, how are you doing? How was your trip?
It was awesome, bro. We went to Broken Bow, so I was out in nature. You know, it was nice, and then went down to Austin a little bit after that. So
Cool. Hell yeah.
Nice.
Very nice. Did the whole fam go? The kids, everything?
Yeah, dude, everybody. Yep,
Ooh.
all the kids.
This was
and
a
then
long
even my niece
weekend.
and nephew were there too. So it was
Woo.
like, yeah,
Kid mania.
yeah.
Nice. All right, Matt,
It's a lot.
how you doing, man? How's the new house?
Doing good. House is great. Can't complain. All settled in.
Ooh. How are the rabbits
Yeah.
liking it? Or the rabbit?
They're loving it. They're loving their free space. My girlfriend has a cat too, so they're co-inhabiting for the first time together.
Oh, okay.
So far, so good.
Okay, cool. Cool.
Yeah.
I like to hear that. I'm in my garage, and, you know, it's that
What's
time of the
new?
year. It's hot as shit, dude. It is so fucking hot in here. Like, I
Yeah.
did this afternoon, I'm trying like a Peloton 30-day challenge. So at like 1, I did a 30-minute bike ride in here, and it literally was a sauna. Like, I'm not a sweater. You know what I mean? I kind of like glisten like
Yeah.
right now. I got a little sheen. Dude, I was like dripping. Like, oh, God.
You really aren't a sweater. Like I've
I'm
played.
not. Yeah, I
I
played a
played
full
with
game.
you before. Yeah.
And you know I'm tired, but like I'm
Right.
not a sweater.
Yeah.
But today I sweated. Check out my story. Well, it'll be gone by this point. So anyways, so it's Texas, it's hot. I'm not gonna last. If you see me drinking a bunch of water, you know why. So let's get into this, guys. Where do we want to start? Do we want to start with new pickups? Do we want to start about what? Actually, you know what? Let's start with where we've been wearing. Matt, you got your like 12th boot of the year recently. Are you still wearing said MIJ Neo Beta Alphas?
Yep. Still in my head, boot of the year, #1 boot.
Still
best,
loving it.
Best boot I've ever worn.
Okay.
Still up there.
Are we still in the honeymoon phase, or have you been able to start kind of being like, oh, I don't like this, or I don't love this?
There's nothing about this boot I don't like.
Wow.
With the exception of the crappy Mizuno laces.
Okay.
That's it.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yep. I've learned that too recently.
Yeah.
And the color.
Yeah. Clear.
Dude, honestly, I think the color is also growing on me more. Like, I've always been one where that I enjoyed blackout boots, and the fact that these are like just slightly different than a blackout boot kind of makes
Yeah.
them better for me.
Who invited this guy?
I know.
How do we find
ridiculous.
these guys? We're just picking them up off the streets. Colby, man, you've been kind of going through some different boots.
Yeah.
There's one I don't want you to talk about, but there are some other ones I want you to talk about. So what have you been wearing lately?
Dude, I came back to my
Dude.
old girlfriend, the V5s, dude. Which is wild. Like I switched the insole, and now these are my go-tos for pickup.
Okay.
I'm playing greats, so you know I'm gonna keep them. Yeah, dude. These, you know what's weird about these Tequila V5s, Justin,
Tell me.
is they have not come out yet, and we're gonna eventually hit July with the Phantom 360, and it's like, do you really want this to compete directly with that? Like you had
Word.
3 months. Like when did the Furons come out? Like 3-4 months ago?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Come on,
it's
guys.
been- it's
March.
been a minute. It is crazy to think of how far ahead you have those. Yours will probably be blown
Yeah.
out by the time they
I
officially
was gonna
release.
say, you gotta wear through them.
Yeah, probably. But it's just wild to me, man, because I'm wondering if they had to get all those colorways out, because it seemed like they had like 3 more colorways, maybe 4 more colorways than the end of the Furon. It's like, guys, if y'all had just like scrapped that, or you know, just put them out really quickly.
Yeah.
Like, you should have beat Nike to the Phantom 360
Well,
with these, because I think they would have been a big hit.
Remember too, J Mike kind of teased that, what was it, the Dream Chaser with Tequila is going to come out.
Dream something. It was
Yeah.
like those like the starry
Yeah,
boots.
and still nothing.
Yeah, that was a month ago, I think.
And we still got no Tequilas. That's great. I bet you they'll probably just wait for the new season. Like at this point, like the season's over. Nobody's going to be, what is there? There's no tournaments going on, right?
Right.
No real tournaments. Sorry.
There's a women's
Yeah.
tournament this summer, isn't there?
Is there
Isn't it,
is there women's Euros?
Women's Euros, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know any big Tequila name women's players.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, neither.
So I don't know. But hey, I hold my hands up. Maybe there is one and I just don't know it.
Yeah, I just think that they should have, like, if they wanted to get it out, they should have gotten it out before Nike.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll see. That could come to bite them in the butt. We'll kind of see as time goes on. Now, I have an update for you guys. This is a Bootcast podcast first. I finished, okay? I finished. Look, there's mud on them, Matt. So you know they've been worn, but look how clean they still are.
I know, with the grip knit, that's impressive.
Yeah. And with the ground, you know, in Texas, Colby, the ground is just so dry.
Right.
So it's just like some dust. But, okay, I've got to come clean. I don't hate these boots.
Oh.
Yes.
Wait, what was that?
I don't hate these boots. I don't love them, but I don't hate them.
Yes.
Oh, I thought you were apologizing to Colby.
I know. Thank you.
No, absolutely
Yeah.
not.
Oh.
I refuse. I refuse. I don't know. I don't know what it is with. I don't. You know how we talk about how like some colorways kind of have like they fit a little different. I don't know if it's just this one compared to that first one, but definitely like tight around the foot. You know, remember that I was complaining about that, Colby? And overall, it's fine. It is kind of sloppy though. The more,
Oh, you think so?
kind of as the game went on and my feet kind
Right.
of started sweating,
It's the
I
sole
did
plate.
wear my true sock. Now that's a huge complaint. This one I actually
Yeah.
can bend.
Look at that.
Oh,
This one
wow.
I can bend, yeah. So I will say that that's a huge dud. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Even the AG was too soft. I couldn't do it after a
so
while.
again, I think that the way I kind of rate it is I think that the current Merc is the best out of all three Nike boots, but I think the upper material on the GX is the best of all three. So I like the more aggressive
Yeah.
grip knit than the
Yeah, I'd
material grip
I'd
knit.
agree with that. I kind of like the Vapor, where it's like you get a little bit,
little-
but not as aggressive.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Like Julio's been like that. Our friend Boot Maniac, he's been all about his merch. But so yeah, Colby, you weren't entirely wrong, but you also weren't right. So
Yeah.
that's
And
what
see,
we're gonna
that's why I'm saying like these should have come out earlier, because like this, I mean, even though it's the same sole plate as the V4, like this sole plate's better than both the AG and the 360, and then like there's no grip knit on this, but like the lockdown and the fit's a lot better, I think.
yeah.
So missed your window.
We'll see. Only time will tell, right? Okay,
Right.
so we're talking about the Phantom line, right? Let's talk Phantoms. Nike dropped both colorways that we know of the Hypervenom Phantom 1. They have the OG orange. Colby holds them up right now. Oh, ho, ho.
Oh,
The
shit.
These are
OG
sick,
colorway.
dude. These are so sick.
Okay, so we know that it's a slightly modified upper, and then it's on the Hypervenom Phantom 3 sole plate.
Yes.
Okay, and then there's also the Transform colorway, which we've shown, which as the pitch gets wet, goes kind of blue. And I thought it was cool that J Mike said it was like a direct like yin yang of the OG Transform. Like
Yeah,
the
it's
blue
like
is
an
the
inverse.
yes,
yeah.
that's the word. Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, and Matt, you have those, just not in hand yet. They just
Yes.
released at the time of recording, early this morning.
Locked them down. Let's hope the order doesn't get canceled.
All right,
But we'll
so
see.
let's talk about this. What a shit show.
Oh my
okay.
god,
Furious.
dude.
I mean, I thought that the orange was already like, now for me personally, if you know me, you know I hate that boot. I slept. You guys both were like on fighting your own like wars, and I was like peacefully asleep in the middle. But Colby, you managed to get a pair with some difficulty, but not crazy.
Yeah, it
right?
wasn't bad.
Especially
It
a size
wasn't bad.
9.5.
Just woke up early.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
literally, that's all I had to do was wake up early. For these.
Our good friends, I think at Soccer Village,
Soccer
got 'em
Village.
got them out quick.
Yeah.
They got them to you quick.
Yeah, I got them in. I think I ordered Thursday. I got them by Sunday. It was
Okay,
awesome.
That's great. And then Matt, you managed to get your Transforms from
Soccer.com.
Thou Shalt Not Be Named. Okay, so you
Yes.
got yours, and yours are confirmed.
The order's confirmed. I just haven't
Okay.
got shipping confirmation yet.
Okay, perfect. Okay,
But-
so let's talk about it. Yeah, so the orange was a shit show, but it was kind of like if you were kind of on the ball, for the most part, you could find them.
Right. I thought it was just because it was day one. You know what I mean? I was like, couldn't get any worse than this. Okay, like this is like premium hype right here, right? First one launches. Okay, second one's gonna be better.
And it was worse. It was literally worse.
Yeah.
Like, I've never seen so many people complain. To top it off, so many resellers complain. Like, legitimately, everybody is pissed that they missed it. I think Matt got a pair, and I
royally
think
pissed.
Lockhart got a pair in Japan, and he got his earlier than everybody. And I think that's literally the only two people in our whole friend group that got a pair that we know of.
Yeah, I'm honestly really surprised I got a pair. But I mean, I woke up this morning 3:30 a.m. Just missed the Unisport and Pro Direct launch by like 5 minutes, so I missed out on those two. And then I essentially just set 30-minute alarms until the 10 o'clock launch because a lot of us just weren't sure when they were going to get launched because I think the orange ones were kind of random. It was like 6 a.m. For you, Colby.
Yeah.
So I literally just had tabs up for like every major retailer in the United States. So soccer.com, Soccer Village, We Got Soccer, Soccer Post, Nikki Sports,
Dick's.
and Dick's. And I had all of them up just waiting. I was like the newest possible releases, just refreshing every 30 minutes. And then finally, our buddy Mike K messaged the link for soccer.com in the group chat around like 9:45 for the 10 o'clock release. And I just like had the screen up just waiting to refresh, and I just spammed the hell out of it once it came through. And apparently like a size 7 UK US 8 was like an easier size to get, so I think maybe that's why I was able to get a pair. And I'm guessing Andrew probably got the same size.
I think so.
So maybe that's why he also got a pair. So
yeah, I did see a lot of people on Facebook posting that they were able to get an 8.5 US.
Yeah, I saw a lot of 8.5s.
Just a very odd, but okay, so again, I didn't try. Like, I tried the soccer.com link that Mike sent, but mine just kept saying, like, set a reminder. Like, it never, never, and then it never even showed me sold out. Like, it just never worked. So I was like, F this. And then I went onto the American Nike app. I opened it, and, you know, it's kind of doing the thing where, like, some sizes are available. You click it, and it's like, oh, sorry, we don't have it. And then different sizes. So I try to get sizes for our friends LJ and Sub. But every time I'd add them to the cart, by the time I immediately click cart, go to pay, oh, sorry, sold out. So it's just an utter. And then people were saying that the Nike app sent a notification like 20 minutes after.
Oh, dude, it was so late. I was furious.
You know, it's just like, what are we doing?
It was so late. Dude, I didn't even I had Nike up, but I was like, that's gonna be like my last fucking place.
I knew Nike wasn't.
I knew Nike was gonna be a shit show. But I think even after I got mine on soccer.com, apparently soccer.com at 10:01, I was able to get mine in like 15 seconds. But at 10:01, it crashed already.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. And like I was telling Colby that I saw somebody, I don't remember who it was. I was clicking through Instagram stories this morning when it released, and it was like new record. It was like completely sold out, and it said 7 seconds. So some retailer was completely out of all their Hydra Hypervenoms in 7 seconds.
God, they gotta up their security, dude.
Right, which is humanly
fucking bots.
It's all bots.
It's crazy.
Dude. Like, that's not humanly possible. Like, that's what the
Yeah.
Okay.
I struggle to see how that's humanly possible. That's what I'll say.
Yeah.
Dude, I spammed the hell out of the checkout process at soccer.com, and I know it took me more than 7 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, so that's I kind of want to get into this because our good friend James, the Boot Wizard, kind of made a post, and it was basically like, after the orange ones, was basically like, guys, you know, don't go crazy. And I've said this, Colby, you said this, Matt, you've kind of echoed this too, where it's like, guys, if you miss out on it, like, don't go crazy. Don't go give a reseller. Like, I've seen pairs of Transforms for $550 on Instagram, like direct Instagram sellers. They bought them for $260. And that's all James was basically saying is like, hey, if you find a resale pair, that's one thing, but like, don't go pay a scalper where it's $200, $300 over. And then some resellers kind of clap back, and it became this whole like Marvel Civil War, like ultimate battle. And then on Noah's podcast, he kind of addressed his thoughts on the whole situation. So I kind of want to just hit base with you guys. Where are you guys kind of at with this whole, I guess, essentially like a sneaker type mentality and community around football boots these days? Do we love it? Do we hate it? Do we have pros, cons to it? Like, what are you guys thinking?
Dude, here's my thoughts on this. Like, we're obviously big boot nerds, right? And everybody that watches this podcast is a huge boot nerd. They know, like Matt was saying, like, we know all the different places to go. Like, we kind of have an idea of times in our head. And when we, as like the most nerdy people, can't get our hands on these boots, like it pisses me off. It's super frustrating process. And like James was basically saying on like Thursday, said, hey, this is like super exciting for everybody. Like there's kind of like an anxiousness of like, we're, you know, hopefully we get these boots. And I felt that. I was like excited. Everybody was like, yes, like, because these were arguably easier to get than the Transforms. And I felt like, I agree with that. And then today I was like, F this, dude. I was so frustrated. Like by the end of everything selling out, once we got to, I think it was like Nikki's or we got soccer, I was like, it's done. Like it's gone. That's it. And it made me, I don't know, I hate when the process of buying a boot makes you not like the boot. You know what I mean? It's like, well, fuck this boot. Like, fuck this boot. I'm not gonna try again.
It puts
like,
such a bad taste in your mouth.
Right. Yeah.
That's fair. Matt, what are you kind of thinking about it?
So I'm kind of split with this. I listened to Noah's podcast. I heard his take. I obviously heard James' take and Andrew's take on this too. And I kind of agree with both sides of it. I agree with Noah saying around like it's supply and demand, like the boot market and like the resale price. Like it's really going to come down to what people are willing to pay. But at the same time, like on the side of like the resellers, like if you're going through this process ethically and going through like researching all the retailers, knowing when these are going to be launched, you know, putting in your information, getting the boots that way, and then you choose to then upsell them by like 100, 200, 300 bucks, and someone buys them, good for you, you know? You're making a profit. Someone is willing to buy those from you. You know, you did your work on your end to be able to get them, like whatever. But if you're using bots, honestly, fuck you. Like, just fuck you. Like, you're doing no work. You're letting fucking, you know, technology fucking take 2 seconds to buy a pair of boots, and then you're reaping the benefits of it and fucking everyone else over that wants to buy these to either use or just have as a nostalgic boot in their collection. So, like, I get both sides. It's just frustrating, and I think the real thing that needs to change is, like, I don't know like how they would do this, but like retailers or sites need to have higher security for like authorization of people, like real people versus bots. Yeah. To kind of like, and if it comes down to like adding one more step, like answering a security question to complete your purchase, like I'd fucking do that. I don't give a shit. Right. If that locks me into a better chance of getting a pair of boots. But Jesus Christ!
You had to pick one of those pictures, like, "Where's the car?" And that
I would have done that today.
You like
I would have done on every single site today.
Imagine like if you hit the wrong square and it's like and then that's how you lose out on boots because of that.
Yeah. But if that's what it's gonna take, then fuck.
I'd rather lose out with that. I'd rather pick the wrong square than what happened today.
Like if I'm losing out to like a limited edition launch from like a retailer or like a reseller that's gonna upsell it like $200. If they got there first, like, you know, good for them. Like, do what you need to do with the boots, make money, make a profit. Like, if that's what you want to do, great. But it's at the end of the day, that feeling of like the excitement and the rush of like getting a pair of limited boots is kind of fully taken away when you know that like 90% of these went to bots.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. The way I kind of look at it is it's like I don't know, like I'm not super into the scene, but I've just seen some of the videos going around. But like Pokemon, for example, like the cards or whatever, they released this new version, and supposedly it's supposed to be like pretty hype, right? So I saw a video of this guy. He got to Walmart like before it opened. He goes to the card aisle, and there's like, you know how like Walmart has like the shelves, and it'll have like the big packs and then singles and all that. This motherfucker like puts his hand at the back of the shelf and like is pulling just like cards and cards and cards of Pokemon, and he's like setting them all in a whole shopping cart, right? So he just takes everything, and I'm sure he's gonna go buy it and sell it on eBay and get his bread or whatever. But when I see something like that, and then you see like a kid in line, you're just like, ugh, you know, it just kind of makes you feel like, don't you feel like a slime ball in any way? Like, and the point that I tried to make before the comments all got deleted was, I never will fault somebody if that's your hustle and you want to go buy boots and you can flip them and you can make a profit. Like, cool, by all means, go do that. But like, for me, it's like, where do you draw the line at like how much do you really need? You know what I mean? Like, we see some of these guys, they go to the outlet, they'll get a pair of, $20 boots, elite boots they found a steal. Okay, cool. They'll go put them, or they'll go to Ross. They'll go put them on eBay, $220. A little less than retail, but $220. And they're like, I'm not negotiating. And it's like, do you really need to make $180, $200 on a pair of boots you got at Ross? Like, do you have to make that much? Because you think about it, like, if he took $100, he still made $80.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I'm at. It just feels like, obviously it's not illegal or whatever. It just feels kind of slimy.
Yeah.
Especially with the sole purpose of just turning it over for profit. Like if I, like when they hit, it's like an older stock, I don't mind it as much. Like, oh, hey, I bought, some Pred Manias back in 2002 and I've been holding on to them for 20 years and now I can sell them for $3,000. Okay, bro, like whatever. Like you had the fourth side, like cool. But like to buy all like the Mania remakes, for example, and then turn them around and be like, oh, $800. It's just kind of ugh. Like, it's just kind of gross.
Yeah.
You know
like
what's...
Oh, go ahead, Colby.
Oh, sorry. No, I was going to say, what's weird, Justin, because you kind of brought up the Manias, is I kind of thought this period was over. Because we've gotten so many drops for so many like limited. I mean, they're not exactly like a remake, right? Like, but you say like the moment spread, the team guy spread, like the Beckhams, the leather Beckhams, the leather Roteros. It's like those are somewhat limited, right? They're not like remaking a classic Hypervenom boot, but you kind of get the gist of it. And I feel like people weren't as interested, or the interest was waning, and so resellers, I don't think we're getting like as much. So I'm like, okay, that's good. Like this, like people aren't willing to pay like premium prices for things that just keep churning out. So it was kind of like going away, and I feel like now it's back like really strong. But sorry, Matt, you go ahead.
Nah, what I was gonna say wasn't important. But to go off of that, like I think it's just because it was the Hypervenom. Like this has been such a hyped boot, not just like since we known the remakes were coming, but even before. It's always been known as one of the best boots of all time, which is very arguable. But yeah, I think that's literally the only reason. Any other boot, especially from Nike, I don't think would have gotten this treatment. Yeah,
for sure. I think it is such a unicorn type grail boot for a lot of people. And a lot of people, it's like one of those classic examples of like, I was a kid watching Neymar at the time and I couldn't afford them, so now's my chance to buy them. And again, it's super cool and I'm glad that people have it. It's not a boot for me, so I didn't care. I didn't miss out. But it does suck though to see like so many, I don't know, not horror stories, but like such negative connotation around everything, like you said, Colby. Because again, the only way that you drive demand, the prices down, is to drive demand down. You know what I mean? So just like if people, again, it's one of those classic, like you have to vote with your wallet. Like if all these, like we've seen plenty of resellers when Pred 24 FTs were at a max, they're trying to turn those things over for $375, $400. Now they're stuck with every size in that colorway, and they're like, oh, 200, 180. Like, please take them off my hands.
Just take these off me. You're right.
Yeah, exactly. So again, that's where I'm at. It's not, again, I'm kind of like you guys, like, cool on one end, it's like get your bread, but on the other end, it's like, yeah, but that bread is kind of moldy and smelly.
It's like get your bread, but don't be ultra greedy. You know what I mean? Like do the hard work.
There's enough food at the table for everybody.
Right.
Yeah.
So cool. All right. Well, let's talk about this Hypervenom. Now, Colby, you're the only one who's gotten them. I'm going to stay out of this because I'm so biased negatively. So you just talk about your positive experience because I want to hear what you guys think.
I mean, all I have is a like out of the box and try. I haven't actually played in these yet, but I will say like taking them out of the box, surprisingly light. Like just that was like the first thing I noticed. Also like pretty soft the upper is, which is why I was disappointed today because I wanted to get the white ones, which are supposedly a little bit softer. The Transforms, but it feels like really good quality. Just holding them in hand, like the details that they got are, how Justin on the Adidas Mania remakes, like because they were assembled in Germany, they were a little bit off. Like nothing is off here, dude. Like the only thing I noticed that was like a little bit weird was like if you guys can see like the glue right here,
a little sloppy,
little sloppy, kind of little excess there. So maybe
Had to be sure. They had to be sure the sole plate was
They
staying
had to
on.
make sure, dude. They used they used
Still
some
gonna
extra
come
glue.
apart in one game.
I hope not, dude.
You're gonna like step foot on AG, and they're just gonna explode on your feet.
Dude, I wonder if that's why they did the fucking thick ass insole too, to kind of elevate where your foot hits to be slightly higher than the sole plate. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Maybe.
possibly. And the other thing I noticed when I put them on is the toe box, dude. I've been wearing like my Morelias and also like the Tequila toe box. I mean, this tapers, dude. I haven't played
you
in
can see it. You can see it like cut
Yeah.
right across on the toes.
That is there's a narrow toe box.
It looks kind of pigeon-toedy. Like if you had kind of like cocked pigeon feet. That's kind of
kinda
weird.
weird.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think it's the off-center lacing system too. It probably like adds to the
Yeah.
look of it.
Yeah, definitely something I had to get used to. I am so happy though about the Hypervenom 3 sole plate because that's been one of my biggest gripes with Nike and how this is just my opinion. I think that they've cheaped out on these sole plates. Like they're flimsy, they're not as good. And this is just quality. This is just bringing me back to like Hypervenom 3, hyper stability era sole plates, like just good quality. Like it reminds me of Tiempo 7, 8, and then after that, after the 9, it's kind of just been crap.
So same era. Do you guys think that they use the so I saw somebody discussing or kind of bringing it up. Do you think that they use the Hypervenom 3 sole plate specifically because they already had the molds and stuff for the the Ultra Venom Flying It thing and the Hypervenom Phantom 3 and the T90 laser remakes? Like, do you think that's kind of their go-to sole plate? Like we used the Freak sole plate for so long on the Preds.
I think so.
Okay.
Because I feel like when you think back, other than the CTR sole plate they brought back recently, that is like the most recent older sole plate, I guess, that they have. So yeah, it probably came down to like, well, we've used this for like all these boots so far. Might as well just use it for the Hypervenom.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Noah was mentioning on his podcast, he was like, yeah, I like this because obviously he loves the Hypervenom 3, but like there's more aggression to it with like the chevron studs, and he was saying that even if they did the Phantom Venom sole plate, like
that was a good one.
That would be good too. I think because the like OG Hypervenom 1 was conical, I think this is a good mix. Like it's just kind of like that middle ground. So
it's a good hybrid. Yeah.
Cool. Matt, what are your thoughts on this? What are you feeling? Are you getting more excited? Are you getting less? Like the more you see them?
I'm more excited. I'm still hesitantly optimistic, I guess is a way I'd put it.
Cautiously optimistic?
Cautiously optimistic, yeah. Because like initially I had wanted nothing to do with these. I was like, nah, I'm good. And then I started hearing stuff about them. And then I saw J Mike's review. And then I saw J Mike's other review of the Hydras, and I was like, God damn it, I'm gonna get these boots. I knew it. But I think that the whole like Hydra like aspect, I think it's just like super cool. And I think that's something like to have in a collection is just really cool.
Will you wear yours? Or are they gonna be okay.
I don't buy boots not to wear.
Oh, okay. Okay, fair.
Yeah. I'll wear them for sure. They might not see any water, but
yeah. I was going to say, after watching Lautaro Martinez get absolutely killed against PSG wearing those Hydras and them being solid white the
entire time. Yep.
Yeah.
I didn't know if that was going to kind of be off-putting for you. 'Cause I was like, damn, son. You're going to be swimming in the ocean to get those things to change color.
Yeah, no, I mean, I loved watching him get his ass kicked. But, they look good on feet. I'll give him that.
Okay.
Yeah. I will say, like, between the two boots, the ones that I think this colorway stands out a lot more. Like when Lewandowski has these, or a few other players have these, or whoever, Cole Palmer. Yeah, dude, they look sick. But
Daniel Sturridge?
Daniel Sturridge? Bro, 2014 Daniel Sturridge. The streets don't forget. Him and Suarez together before he, turned into Mr. Glass.
I feel like that colorway stands out though because it's like when you see it, it's like a time machine. Yeah. You know, like it just takes you back, and especially having those players that wore it previously, like Lewandowski, wear it again. It's just like, damn.
Yeah, man, it's a crazy boot. It's crazy. You know, I think part of the reason I also disdain the Hypervenom so much, especially the one, is because it replaced the Laser 4. And you know, like, I'm such a lover of that boot. So just like, ugh. And then it was just a terrible durability boot. So hopefully, Colby, next week you'll have some updates for us if you wear them, and you can tell me how quickly they blew out on you.
If I wear them, if I fund my kids' college with these, like, I don't know.
Dude, straight
don't
up.
know what I'll do.
Hold on to it. You never know.
Yeah.
Okay, so while we're talking about boots that look good on people's feet, Matt, recently you saw Messi's new boots, and you thought that they looked horrible on feet.
I did. They looked plasticky as fuck.
Yes. Very
you know
F50.
What? Very F50 like. Yeah, you know, I immediately was like, what the fuck is that? And then I took a step back. I'm like, you know what? They're going back to the roots.
Yeah.
They're making it look like it used to.
Mm-hmm.
All respect to them. But
All right.
I will not be getting a pair.
Okay, now, outside of the plastic part, just aesthetics of the boot. Are you liking? Are you not liking?
I like the idea,
Okay.
but I think it could have been executed a lot better.
Okay. Colby, what?
I think,
oh,
like-
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Matt.
I was just they like went half-ass with it. You know what I mean? Like, if they're gonna bring back that old, you know, F50 Tune It vibe design, just give us the fucking F50 Tune It vibe design. You know?
Fair.
I'm also swearing a lot in this
I was
episode.
gonna say
but,
normally
you know,
that's my thing, but
it's
hey,
heated.
man,
I'm getting heated.
I'm
It's a hard
pissed.
day. It's a hard day.
I'm
today.
pissed. Yeah.
Colby, what do you think about these Messi boots?
Dude, I like the design a lot. Like, I like the design. I like the colorway. But
Okay.
Justin, at the end of the day, these are going to be exactly like the other Messi boots, man. It's going to be hybrid touch material, burrito tongue. You know how I feel about burrito tongues. Same sole plate. I can't get behind it because, like, the Messi boots are good, right? And, like, we all kind of got hyped up on the gold. This is actually, like, funny because the Messi gold boots was like up here, right? And then another one, and another one, and another one. And now it's like, hey guys, this is like the new, like, next gen Messi design boot. And it's like, yeah, you kind of already showed us like all 8 of your cards, so like I know exactly what we're gonna get.
Very fair.
Yeah.
Very fair.
With these, I feel like the Messi F50 was my 2024 boot of the year, and I'm so over them now. Like,
Yes.
I am so done.
Jeez, you both changed like the fucking wind.
Oh, it's
Like,
Yeah.
boot of the year. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of looking at this thing.
well, it was what was it, the Copa America tournament with the gold ones? It was like, oh, dude, this is the only, like, this is exactly like Messi's boot minus the Gamba Track sole plate. God, we gotta get and like they just diluted it so much after that. It's like, Jesus, I don't want any more Messi boots. Stop. Like, I don't need any Miami Vice stuff. Like, leave me alone.
I think they also, like, hit us, like, real hard with the nostalgia with, like, the, you know, I'm totally blanking on what the material is now. The hybrid touch, like, bringing the hybrid touch back to the F50 and giving us that in the Messi boot. I think, like, at first it was like, wow, this feels kind of like a 2014 F50 Adizero. And then I feel like now that we've had more time and seen other boots and got more nostalgic, you know, Predators and all this stuff, it's like, okay, maybe they're not all they've cracked up to be, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the other thing too is, like, okay, you guys, you could bring me back to, like, the Messi territory if you got rid of the burrito style tongue. And actually, like, one of the best things about the F50, like, outside of the gross plasticky material that kills your feet, is the compression tongue. And if they just actually used the compression tongue on the Messi boots, or made like a variation of, like, this is hybrid touch 1.0 with the compression tongue, it'd be great. Like that with, like, a more padded heel. You got me back in.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you get rid of the fold over tongue or the burrito tongue, and then just slightly change the fit / padding in the heel and maybe, like, the midfoot a little bit, so it doesn't, like, kind of flare out as much.
Yes. Yeah, that's a big problem with it too.
I think that would be enough to make people want that boot again.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I just think people don't care anymore. Like, unfortunately, I just think it's kind of at the point where I feel like, I don't know how I can word this. You know how, like, if we put CR7 on stuff, people are just like, nah, who cares? Like, he's kind of washed, kind of over. I kind of think that's where the Messi name is kind of at nowadays. Like, I know he kind of holds a little bit more just because he's the GOAT for a lot of people, but I think people are just like, I don't care. Like, there's Yamal, or there's, for some people there's Vinnie or whoever. Like, I just think it's kind of like R9. Like, if we slap R9 on stuff, some of us like that are older are like, oh yeah, that's cool. Like, that's so cool. But then other people are like, ooh, I don't care about that guy.
That old man in Saudi.
Yeah, his knees are all blown out. So it's kind of ebb and flow. I just think that, I think that Messi, despite my protest, the 2022 was kind of the fairy tale ending for Messi and everything. So I think it's just kind of like the same as Cristiano. Like, they've kind of rode off into the sunset, and I think that the Adidas as a whole just needs to kind of be like, okay, let's just kind of leave this alone now.
Dude, they have, the fact that they have Yamal is huge. Just like, keep riding.
Dude, the fact that he's only had one colorway so far blows my mind.
And it was like the most limited colorway ever.
Oh, yeah. But it was sick. I feel like I'd be way more excited for like another Lamal colorway over another Messi colorway moving forward.
That's fair. Okay, while we're talking about limited colorways, Colby, this is going to be more addressed to you. Mo Salah got a crazy, custom designed F50.
It's like a white green.
Yeah, it's
liverbird.
Is it the liverbird? Is that what it's called?
I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I am a Manchester United fan. Okay, so I don't care about Liverpool. Like, I don't want them to win things. I don't want good things to happen to them ever. And obviously, like, my heart goes out to the accident that happened at the parade. But that boot is sick as hell.
Oh,
and I'm like, why is this not being released? Like, we've had two Mo Salah color. No, two?
Yeah.
Or three?
I think. Oh no! I think it was
three.
Two purples and a red. Because the red one looked exactly like the red that they did. Like, that's what we were complaining about.
Red and gold, the Egyptian purple.
Yep.
There was
another Egyptian purple.
Yeah, the crazy fast purple ones.
Thumbs up, Matt.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I only really like the crazy fast and the gold red. Those are the only
the gold
two.
Red.
What was his first colorway?
There was one before the purple.
I thought he had two purples.
Crazy
no?
fast.
I gotta look this up.
I know. Maybe it was a gold. I don't remember.
But anyways, so let's talk about this boot. What we all love it. I'm assuming, but this is Micah Bright. Oh, it was the Battle Pack gold red ones. That was his first.
That
pair.
was it. Yeah.
The leopard print one. Okay.
That was the Speed Flow too, I think.
Yes, it was the Speed Flow one. He's had a Speed Flow, a Crazy Fast, and then the current F50. Why do you think that the brands don't make this actual, like, it could be crazy limited, like Yamal, even more so, like 10 pairs, I don't know. But why do you think that the brands don't release something like this to the general public? Because this is a boot that I think people would buy.
I don't know, man. Like, that's the confusing thing about it is, like, as much as I love Mo Salah, like, just those purple boots and red, they just, no. Like, that's just a lot of shit going on. Like, this is actually, like, a very cool design. It's super unique.
This boot is busier.
It's like busier in the right ways, though. Like, it's like kind of got a white base. Like, there's gold just on the medial side, and the outside is where the bird is. Like, it's freaking sick, dude.
Yeah, and the sole plate, it kind of has, like, the, it's kind of like this, but kind of more like the pearl, where it's like darker green.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Yeah, dude. Whoever designed that at Adidas, I'm sure you'll never watch this. You crushed it. That's not a home run. That's like you knocked that shit into the stratosphere, like next level, like mad props.
Oh, excuse me, this is inspired by the cormorant, like a bird.
That's the bird, the liverbird.
Yeah,
that's the liverbird. Okay.
So I actually heard this boot particularly, they're doing essentially a contest. I forget which podcast I heard this on. It's either Noah's or it was
the Football
Boot Hour. It was one of the two, so I apologize for citing this wrong. But apparently they're doing a contest in Liverpool where you go into a store and you get a scan of your foot, and whoever has the closest foot to Mo Salah's foot type gets these boots.
Oh, now that's cool.
That's awesome.
That's
pretty
different.
Cool.
That's different.
I heard that, was like, that's actually sick, and they should do that stuff more often. Because imagine being like, I have essentially the same foot as Mo Salah.
That could be great.
be sick.
Or
That'd be
horrible, 'cause
awesome.
if he had like really ugly feet, you'd be like, ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you
His,
guys
like,
something.
toes are all on top of each other. Tell me,
I love
Kobe.
this. I love this design. I love the player. I hate the boot. Like I
I
hate
knew
it.
that was coming.
I
Yeah.
hate it. So like,
Dude, I think it's even painted on top of the colorway that you had. Which,
It is.
yeah, exactly. Yes, that's
Yeah.
exactly what it looks like because it's the gold, right? And it's just
Yes,
like,
the gold.
yeah, no, like I love the colorway, but it's gonna tear up my feet, so I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, I think these are also like this is one of those ones where these are not made to be worn. These are made to go on a shrine somewhere and live in eternity.
You think they had this ready in case he won the Ballon d'Or?
They had to.
Like they had like something like this, and they're like, well, you know what? Let's just paint over it this cool Liverpool design, make it a
I don't know
Liverpool
if it's
story.
Ballon d'Or, but I'm sure they thought he was gonna be like top goal
There's still
scorer, so
time.
he's probably working on it.
There's still
He's
time.
not winning the Ballon
Bro,
d'Or.
Yamal didn't go to the Champions League final because Barca blew it.
No, it's gonna
and,
be
Inter had to get spanked.
It's either
It's
gonna
gonna
be
be
Dembele or
It's gonna be Dembele.
who's the
Dembele?
kid, the kid that scored Douye? Is that how you see it?
Oh yeah,
He's not gonna get it just for the
No.
fucking final. No
Dude.
way.
don't know.
I mean,
He won a treble.
he was cooking. He was
Dude,
cooking for sure.
That second goal.
didn't Holland win a treble and then like Messi still got it or something?
Yeah, because it's
Yeah.
dumb.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, Messi won the World Cup. That's why.
Oh, same year.
But
Sorry, dude.
anyways, I just wanted to address this because I thought it was crazy awesome, and it's crazy that they gave a. This is like one of those like very much deserved signature boots.
Yeah.
Now, one boot that some people have argued is not very deserved. The design, we'll say, has been a little divisive, but Vinnie,
Ooh.
Vinnie got his official first colorway. I think it's called Fly Vinnie. It is a black grip knit upper, and it's like green and blue on one side, and it fades down, and then it's like reddish yellow on the other side, and it fades down, and the sole plate is like solid gold chrome, and those colors meet. And while Kobe goes and kills himself because he hates these boots, Matt, I'm gonna let you start with this one. What do you think about these Vinnie boots, man?
It's just a no.
Hard pass.
It's just hard, dude. Honestly, I don't think you can give me a mercurial colorway that I would buy right now. I don't think you can make any combination of colors work for me to buy that boot. I'm just so over them.
Challenge accepted.
I don't know, I'm so over them. I don't know, man.
What if I just
have
made
no,
them
like,
solid red? Just like triple red.
I don't know. I honestly don't know if I would buy them. I just have no desire to wear that boot.
Really?
Like I see him come out and I'm just like, I just forget about him instantly.
Yeah.
Like I'm just like, nope, cool.
Nope, your brain
Move
just
on.
deletes them. Yeah.
Yep.
That's fair. Colby, you're obviously not into them at all. Not
No,
probably
dude,
just 'cause
I
of
don't
Mercurial,
care.
But you just like don't
I
care.
don't care, dude. Like,
Yeah.
why? I like.
That's how I feel.
I think Nike's just trying to find like between Mbappe and Vinny, who else are like their mains outside of Cristiano? Like, are those two like the main? Give me one more.
Mercs.
Give me one more that wears Mercurial. See, like I feel like
Rashford?
that's it. Okay, Rashford. But okay, so like those are
Yeah.
their two prominent guys outside of
I mean, technically
Ronaldo.
Cole Palmer,
Okay, Cole Palmer.
but then they threw him in the Hypervenom. So
I thought he wears GXs.
no.
He wears because he's wearing Cosmic
switched,
Speeds.
he switched into Mercs. You're right. You're right.
Yeah, so those are two biggest players. Like Mbappe, I would argue is like number one, right?
Yep.
Vinny, let's put Vinny in 3. Just because like Ronaldo's like ever. I'm just saying. So it's like no, I mean, I don't care.
That's
I just
fair.
don't.
Well, I think it also like cannibalizes each other when they're on the same team too. It's like
True.
they
And
don't
in the same
get
silo.
the amount of same silo, same team. Well, technically Mbappe has the Superfly and Vinny has the Vapor, but still. And it's just like I don't know.
Yeah, they need to find another guy.
Yep.
I don't know if they need to find another guy. I just think it's just like, I don't know. I don't know the story behind the colors, but I'm just like, it's one of those ones where it's like, it's just not for me. Like, you know what it looks like to me? Like the Dole, like the canned fruit. It just looks like something from like that Dole made. And it's just like bled together. It's just very.
See that?
I just didn't love it. James said that the grip knit upper and the fit was a little bit better, and he actually like preferred it. But yeah, I just like it's like who cares? I don't.
Yeah.
I just don't care. And I kind of told you guys this earlier. I'm just kind of like at a point right now where I'm just fatigued on boots right now. I'm just like, I don't care about anything that, like the last boot I really cared about was the Judes. And that was it. Like other than that, it's like, I don't care.
And you didn't even get those.
I still haven't even bought them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
And they're still available at a lot of places.
But it's just like, yeah.
But no, I feel the same way. I feel like they have saturated the market so much with so many colorways and so many options where like I don't feel the need to get boots when they come out anymore. Because I'm like, I'm gonna be able to get them in a few months when they go on sale. There's like, it really takes a boot for me to love to buy it now when it first comes out. And the only people that have been actually doing that well for me is Mizuno.
Yeah.
What a segue. Mizuno has just dropped its 40th anniversary red pack. It's ruby red, matte, not
Ruby red, not passion red. Yep.
Hold your
Redacted
hands
the
up.
passion red. Redacted.
You were wrong.
Was
but
wrong.
Ruby red. So we've got a Neo Beta, and we got an Alpha, and then we got a new Morelia, right? I don't know if it's technically a Morelia 3. I think it's still their Morelia 2.
No, it's still 2.
Yeah.
But it was like, it's got a couple stitching changes. It's got a suede heel. I think it's a little bit lighter. Like, I don't know the ins and outs, but I just heard like the Mizuno-fication is no.
Yeah, it's like so small updates. I think like the liner is
Which
slightly
is what we
different
called.
too.
We called this like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, exactly. So, Matt, you were gassed for the Neos because of the new AG plate, correct?
Yes, yeah. The Neo Beta now it's the first time the Neo Beta is getting the AG plate. Essentially, all Mizuno did was give us the AG plate that was on the Alpha and the Alpha 2, and have now just transferred that over to the Neo, but with an external heel counter.
Is that the same AG plate that was on the Proto or whatever?
Yes, but this one has the external heel counter.
The external heel counter.
So it looks like almost identical to the standard Neo Betas.
You did notice that this was like way wider. Like the regular one's like this, and then the new one's like bleh.
Yeah, so if you watched my story, I think either yesterday or the day before, I posted a picture of the aerial view of both the AG and the standard betas side by side, and the AG beta is significantly wider in the midfoot and the heel in comparison to the standard one. So I know for me personally, my biggest problem with the standard beta was the width in the midfoot and the heel. It's the only reason I didn't really like them that much, or they weren't like my favorite boot. And it's what was for me at least solved in the limited Alpha Sole Plate betas.
Okay.
So with these AG ones now, I'm like, wow, I think this is also going to solve said issues I had with the standard beta. So yes,
Cool.
I did buy a pair.
Heck yeah. You already got them?
No.
Oh, okay.
But they shipped.
Okay. Oh, but you did buy them, is what I meant.
I did buy them. Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm trying to get the Alpha 2s. I'm trying to get our good friend, old Mr. Lockhart, to help me out with that.
Old Mr. Lockhart.
I am a fan. That ruby gem pattern. And I just noticed this the other day when I was talking to somebody about it. But all 4 Alpha colorways have different patterns.
Yeah.
And I think that's such a cool detail that you don't really see a lot of brands put out. Normally it's just copy and paste. Here's the graphic, and that's it.
Yeah, I didn't really notice that until you pointed that out, but yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
And they went back to the old Runbird placement.
Yes.
What do you think about that?
I'm in the minority, but I did like the 2 already where it was.
Oh,
I
no,
like the Superfly placement.
I
of
like
it.
the more,
I like that.
Like this one.
Yeah, same.
But the new one's right here, right?
Yeah.
Isn't it more here?
Yeah.
Yeah, there and go straight back to the laces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It blended really well with that launch colorway. That one looked sick.
Yeah, it's great. The Alpha 2 is great. I can't speak positively enough. But, yeah, Matt, we're both gassed. Colby, you're too busy on your Hypervenoms and weeping that you missed out on your blue ones.
I know.
Babies, right?
so pissed. Yeah. Sorry, guys. Red's just not my color.
This guy.
That's fair.
This
Whatever.
This clown.
Just not white. Just
not
not white.
Well, to finish off today's episode, Adidas launched their last pack for the Champions League final, Road to Glory pack. It was white, black with some gold accents, and I'm just gonna probably finish this off for us. Who cares? None of us. Nobody wants. I think the F50 got a new graphic. I don't know if it's the new F50 technically, but
It's technically new, but it's technically not, because the only thing they changed was the texture.
okay. Yeah,
Ooh.
so who
Yeah.
cares, right?
And the
It's
Pred
not-
is essentially the. Oh, sorry, guys.
Oh no, yeah, go ahead.
It's essentially the team guys. Like
Yeah,
without
just the
like
team
a little
guys.
bit less.
The poor
They added
man's
some
team
purple.
guys. Yep, poor
Yeah.
man's team guys.
But
Yeah.
they gave us an AG plate on the FT
That is
again,
true.
randomly out of nowhere.
Yeah, very
So-
very odd choice of all.
Very
colorways.
odd choice, yeah.
But yeah, I'm like I said, I don't care. Season's over. I don't have to look at any new boots for a couple of weeks. Maybe United will do good again.
Yeah. Oh, we forgot about the gold Zidanes.
Oh
Zidane.
yeah, the Zidane Precisions
Zidane.
with the Mania volley stencil.
Yeah.
no, what is it? The outline. What do you guys think about
Yeah.
this? Kobe, you
Mania
don't care.
outline. You have the 3 stripes going under the sole plate in the heel for dumb reason, and then you have the equipment thing on the back that looks terrible.
Yeah. I don't love this colorway. I've heard this is a boot that technically shouldn't exist. James, Andrew talking about it on the football boot hour. I don't really remember him wearing. I mean, he only wore them for one game. I don't remember. But to me, like the gold Zidanes are the absolutes, like the headbutts.
Yeah.
So if I'm gonna rock any gold Zidane boot, I'm gonna wear that boot.
Yeah, I think objectively they look cool, but I also think they don't look cool at the same
Yeah,
time.
gold
so,
and red just doesn't work for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Justin, you know how I feel about precisions, man.
You love them.
It's too
You
bulky,
love how
dude.
bulky and heavy they are.
Also, dude, no
Big
strap,
old
no tap,
baby.
bro. Not gonna do it.
What?
Nothing.
Velcro,
strap,
bro.
no
It's got a
tap.
Velcro strap. It's got a Velcro strap. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
we don't want that Velcro, dude. Come on.
Well, I think that's pretty much it, guys. We've kind of covered a lot. Well, we all got to go on a little bit of tangents. If you like our tangents,
Yeah.
leave a like on the video. Matt, tell the people where they can find you.
You can find me at Burns Boots on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube.
Colby,
You guys can find me at Kicking with Kolbs on Instagram and on YouTube.
you can find me and my buns on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. You can find us at Bootcast Pod, and let us know in the comments. Are you excited about any of these upcoming releases? Do you care? Are you fatigued? Let us know. While you're down there, hit comment, hit subscribe, turn the notification bell, and I don't know. I say this every week, and I mess it up every week. But as always, if you like what you've seen and you want to see more, click down here to see more. Peace.